Good morning everybody, welcome back to Motorcycle Junkie. And we've got the toys out of the shed. Right, what we're doing today, not a lot. Let's put some lights on, see what we're doing. What have I done? I don't know. Right, that's that detonated engine which I was discussing on the last video. This is the case that I bought off eBay. I've been watching this for a long time. I had it at £12.99 with 11 quid postage. I was watching it and thinking, shall I have it? No. Anyway, I put a silly offer in. I put an offer in of £9 and 5p, and he accepted it. Really took me by surprise, but anyway, there it is. So we now have all the bits we need to try and assemble that engine. This is that head that we had. It's got a couple of broken bolts in it, and where the fuck are they? That one, and I know it's got two. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. All the pistons. I'll show you the pistons. Hang on, I've got to go and get them. Right, as you were, pistons. Now again, the guys had these online, $14.99 each, and he said he's got two of them, so I offered him 20 quid for the pair. He accepted. Now, look, credit where credit's due. Look at how nicely he's packed these. I mean, that's really, they were going to arrive perfectly. He's even wrapped them in cling film. But yeah, two pistons. That gives us, I think, everything we need to start trying to bodge that engine back together. However, I've had a thought, and for the time being I'm not going to do that. It's there ready to go. I will crack on with it soon. Fucking hell, the lights fell off now. The reason I'm not going to do it now is because we've got this other engine here which we've spoke about that's got zero compression. I want to get stuck into that just in case I need to use those pistons on that engine. So I want to crack on with that one first. We've got the other one down there that we've finished. We've got 130 psi, a little low, not too worried. So yeah. Also, because I think about you guys, look at that. They've put a new light up there. There should be two of them. There should be another one there. Got them from eBay. One don't work, so I'm sending it back. Where's my bin? There it is. Yeah, I'll send that back. But at the minute, just got the one. It hopefully will help with when I'm working on this bench doing the engines and everything. You guys will be able to see better. Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to tear the top end of that engine off. I'm going to take the head off and everything. I'm not going to film it. You've seen me do that before. If you want to watch, there's a video somewhere in my playlist. You can go and watch that one. I'm going to take the head off, not the barrels initially. So what I'll do is I'll loosen it all off. I'll get this ready to lift the head off. And just before I do that, we'll bring you back in and then we can see... hopefully try and find out why this has got no compression. So when I'm ready with that, I'll bring you back. Right, I believe we are ready to pop the head off this. What's behind door number one? There she goes. Which is a little crusty and rusty, but that's from standing. I don't believe that's got anything to do with the issue. So piston wise, let's recover that cam chain first before we do anything, because I do have a habit of getting them tangled up if I don't. Come here, you bugger. So let's rotate that round and I'll bring you in for a look. 14 mil. She don't look the best, I'll be honest, but having said that, I think the one we're going to rebuild the detonated engine with is worse, and I think the one we've already put together is worse. I'm wondering whether I shouldn't put a little bit of something down those. Let's bring you in for a look. So you can see they're well crusty and rusty, but I believe that's just through standing. I'm convinced that's got nothing to do with whatsoever to do with the zero compression. I mean, the rings could be gone. I really don't want to pull the barrels off unless I'm forced, because they are a pain. It's a little bit crusty around the top, but really those bores are not bad. They don't seem bad at all. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do the old let's have a look at this cylinder head. And what I'm going to do, I'll do it now if I can find this stuff. Yeah, this is paint thinners. So I'm going to fill those up with paint thinners. And what I really want to see is I want to see it all leak through, because then we know it's valves and I haven't got to pull that those cylinders off. If it holds this, that will be bad news. Okay. Right. Bring you back in 10 minutes and see if... oh, I don't need to bring you back in 10 minutes. Look at that. Is that... have I just spilt that, or... yeah, let's give it 10 minutes and we'll come back and have a look. Right, that's not been 10 minutes, that's been like 2 minutes. And look, the whole lot has pissed through. So, yeah, that's good news. That's good news, because those valves are leaking like a sieve. It's pissing out everywhere. You can see probably more exhaust than intake, but it is leaking everywhere. So fantastic. I'll clean the tops of those pistons up, but that's as far as I need to strip that down, I'm sure. But what we have got to do is a valve job. We're going to pull all those valves out, lap them, and hopefully we'll have good engine number 2. That being nice simple, we can then crack on with this baby here. Okay, I'm not going to make you sit through and watch me lap them, but I will pull the valves out and then we'll come back and have a look at what condition the seats are in. So we'll come back when I've got that far. Right, I've got all these valves and springs and shit pulled out. I've cleaned this one up a bit on the grinder. I'll have to be honest, they don't actually look bad. But I mean, they were clearly leaking. The seats are a little bit grottier. I'll try and show you those. But again, I've seen worse. And this had virtually zero compression, and you could see how quickly that thinners disappeared. So we are going to regrind them. I've faced that up a little bit as well on my chopping board. Those that know. Do you know what? I've never found a great way of lapping valves in. This is the traditional way, but I find these fucking things, they just slip off, they make your hands hurt, they're a bind. I'm always trying to come up with new ways of making grinding valves easy, because it's a fucking horrible job, let's face it. What I've come up with here, I've tried something similar before. I've got a piece of rubber tube and I've sunk in the head of a screw and then lopped it off, so that's nice and firm. That way I can put that in my drill bit, and that gives a good bite. And then my plan is put the valve in, obviously with some grinding paste on it. That goes in there, and hopefully I'll be able to grind the valve that way. So we'll give that a go. Again, not going to film it. Grinding valves is boring. I've done it before on video. There's 101 videos of people grinding valves. I think there's even one of me grinding valves. So I'll just go ahead and get that done, get it assembled, and the next point I'll bring you back will be when the valves are all in, and then we'll pour some thinners in there and see if we've actually cured the problem. I do hope so, because it's not a job I want to do twice, to be honest with you. I've got all the bits laid out, I've got the valves laid out there so we know what went in where. So let's crack on and get this job done. Right then, I've got to be honest, I don't know how much grinding I've got to do on those valves to put them right, or whether they can even be put right. I've done quite a bit of grinding on them, and I've only just done number 1 cylinder, because what I want to do, I'll put that back together as you can see, and what I want to do is see if I've done enough. So we're going to do the old, we'll come back to that later, that side, but we're going to do the old thinners test and see if I've actually improved the situation any. If I haven't, out they come again and we start again. Right, let's see if that disappears. I've overfilled it. So again, 10 minutes, we'll switch the camera back on, see if anything's happened. Right, that's been 10 minutes or so, and as you can see, all of that thinners is still where I left it. That is absolutely fantastic. Happy with that. Right, let's get the other side all lapped up and put together, and hopefully we may have an engine with compression. Carry on. Cheers. Right, I've got the second lot of valves in, and happy to report that that one also seems to be holding back the thinners. So, all being well, I've got to clean all this up and everything. I'm going to be a tight ass and reuse that gasket, mainly because I ain't got another one. But I need to get this all put back together, and we'll do a compression test on it. See if we've, see if A, we've got a decent engine, and B, whether it's better than that one. And then we'll decide which one will be going in my bike for the build, and we will begin to dress the engine, make it look pretty. I've got a big 25 litre barrel of deionised water down there, and what that is for will become apparent soon. Well, I'm going to have no, you don't know what I'm not telling you. I'll tell you. I'm going to have a go at what do you call it? I think I've mentioned it before. Zinc plating I bought all the equipment about 3 months ago. I've done an unboxing video on it, which I haven't published. I probably will, but hopefully we will be able to zinc plate all the bolts that go back into this engine. What I was thinking, in this blown up engine, it's got like hex head bolts. In the standard engine, it's got these sort, what do you call them? You know what I mean. So what I might do is pinch all them, zinc plate them, and put them in my engine, whichever it is we want to dress. Right. Anyway, I'm waffling. This needs to go back together. My granddaughter needs picking up from school. Guess which one I'm going to do? We'll come back to this. Cheers. Good morning, everybody. It is morning because it's the next day for me. We're going to start the process of reassembling this engine. We've got the head all finished and faced off. We just need to clean up this engine a bit. Something I've just noticed: the clutch lever and all the mechanism inside is missing. So we've got to get one. We can obviously rob one off the detonated engine, but then if I rebuild that, we've got to get one anyway. So yeah, never noticed that before. What goes in? Yeah, that's this bit here holds the bracket for the cable as well. So everything related to the clutch seems to have missing. And I wonder if there's actually a clutch in there. Makes you think. Right, first things first, get some grips. I'm going to clean up this surface here. I've done it again. Every time I go to touch this camera, I accidentally stop the recording. So what I want to try and do is get these out, but I don't want to destroy them because I don't think I've got any more. Now that one come out easy enough. Is that one going to play as nicely? Yes. Okay. Right, I want to clean up this surface and clean up the top of the pistons as well. Now I'm not going to film the whole of putting this together because you see that on the other one. So we'll dip in and out here. I'll rotate. So what? Let's clean up this surface first. I don't know what this black stuff is. It's like paint, and it might be paint because somebody told me that you can. I don't know if it's true, but you can help the head gaskets seal by painting them before you put it on, but that makes sense to me because surely there's a lot of heat in here and it'll just burn off. So, anyway, do you really want to sit there and watch me sandpaper? I'll bet you don't. Let's just get a 14 mil. 11, 12, 14. So I just want to rotate this engine round so that that piston is right up the top, like that. Because it's a bit skanky. Have a look. And I want to try and clean that up a bit. And to that end, I've got, well, they were sold to me on eBay as brass wire bushes. I don't think they are, to be honest with you. I think they're steel, just with a brass coating. Let's find out. So obviously magnets don't stick to brass, and answers your question. So yeah, I was kind of aware of that when I bought them anyway, but I think they were cheap. I can't remember, it's a little while ago. However, we're going to try and clean up the top of this piston. Faster. Whey! That was good. I put that there to stop all the crap going down into there, but I've just got to be a bit more careful then, haven't I? No, a bit more careful than that even. Let's just stuff it down there, and I'm changing the oil anyway. Don't need to be spotlessly clean because they're just going to get, pistons are just going to get dirty again anyway, but I like to make it look half presentable. I'll do. So that's solid anyway. So let's fish that cam drain out again. I can always get it, it's just that if you try and rotate the engine with the cam chain down there, it gets jammed up, and that's exactly what's happened actually. It's jammed up. I should be able to free that off. No, other way. Because it sort of wraps itself around the cog. Come on, you can let go. I've really got it jammed. Dropped it again. There we go, we're free. So there is the top of that piston. Hang on. Not that one. That one. So we'll raise the other one to the top. It's in similar condition. As you can probably not see because I can't get the camera angle right, but we'll finish cleaning this off and then we'll bring you back. Right, that's all cleaned up. Best I can get it, but I think it's good enough. Now these head gaskets, I've got 3 or 4 of them, and they seem to have this black coating on them, which obviously is peeled away. And yes, I know I should be putting a new head gasket on, but I don't know whether, if I'm going to use a second hand one, which I am because I'm a tight ass, do I remove that black coating? Because it's half fell off anyway. I don't know, but I'm sure someone's going to tell me. But by the time you do tell me, I'll have already gone ahead and put it on and ignored you. So let's do just that. If I have to whip the head off and put another head gasket on it, then so be it. But we're going to work with what we got. As somebody once said on here, and I can't remember who it was. So, now you've seen me do this before, timing it all up and setting the rockers and everything, but let's just drop this on. What have I forgot? I always forget something, so I must have forgot something this time. Come on. I should get the magnet really and make life easier for myself, which is what I'm going to do. Get on. Gotcha. You need 2 pairs of hands for this, that's the trouble. Over there, over there. Something to put through there to keep that falling from in again. Keep that from falling in. Speak English. And then we should be able to wiggle that on. Is that seated? Indeed, indeed. Right, that's it. I'm gonna. What have I done with that fucking filler cap there? Anyway, that's beside the point. I've lost the. I've got the oil filler cap off there. I've lost it. Don't know what I've done with that. I've just. Oh, there it is. I took it off just now. See if there's any oil in it, and there doesn't appear to be. Get on, you bastard. There we go. Right. I'm going to put that top end back together off camera because, as I said previously, you've already seen me do it, and then we'll bring you back, hopefully get to a point where we can do a compression test on it. Right, we have that head torqued down. The reason I've turned the camera back on is because, well, I've already made my decision, but I'm just going to fire this at you guys for comment. Now, on this cam, if it will focus, there is some pitting on that edge. No idea what's caused it. And on the other one as well, exactly the same thing. Right on the edge there's some pitting. Now I have a cam off one of the other engines which is in better condition, but as previously mentioned, these are line bored, so the cam is bored to fit there perfectly. So here's the question: would I be better off changing the cam even though this is the matched cam for this head, or would I be better off using this cam with that pitting? As said, you guys are not here to help me, so I've made the decision I'm going to go ahead and use this cam, but please feel free to comment as to whether you've done, I think I've done the right thing and what the consequences might be. It wouldn't be a massive job if I had to whip this back apart and change that cam anyway, so let me know what you think. Meanwhile, we'll carry on putting this back together. Okay, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're all back together, as you can see. I've got a compression tester set up on cylinder number 2 for some reason, and I've got a battery rigged up there, so if I touch that lead on the starter, she should turn over. I genuinely haven't done this, so I'll zoom you in without cutting the camera off. Now the lead's up, the meter's upside down, but you'll still get the gist of it. Right, before we tore this engine apart, we had zero compression. All we've done, as you know, is reground the valves. So let's see what we got. Okay, not brilliant. 135. Disappointed with that, got to be honest. Might be my fault because of the head gasket, but yeah, anyway, let me set it up on the other side. We'll check one. As long as cylinder 1 is 125, it should at least start. Just a sec. Right, same again, cylinder number 1. No, 75. That's no good. No good at all. What do we do? What do we do? I don't really want to be tearing it down again at the moment. We have got an engine that we can go with. That's 130, was it? Could try a new air gasket, I suppose. Could try a leak down test, see where it's losing it. But yeah, disappointed with that. I really thought that the way that fluid pissed through the valves before I ground them, and the fact that it was holding solid after I ground them, I was kind of expecting to get a better result than that. Never mind, let's regroup, have a think, see what we're going to do and move forward. Right, what I've done is I've squirted engine oil in cylinder number 1. That was 75 psi. If that comes up significantly, we may well be looking at rings. So here we go, test again. I wouldn't say significantly, it's gone up to 100 from 75. I mean, that could be as simple as maybe I screwed the pipe in a bit tighter. I don't quite know what to make of it, to be honest. I'm just going to try cylinder number 2 again without oil, just to see if screwing that in a bit tighter actually makes a difference. Just a sec, I'll set it up on 2. Right, okay, we're back on cylinder 2. Let's go again. Now, same again, 125. So, yeah, we've not only got shit compression, we've got a mismatch. However, we've gone from 0 compression to some compression. So, whichever way you look at it, it's a step forward. But whichever way you look at it, this engine is tearing down again. So, we are going to call it a day, I think. I may start trying to put that exploded engine together next, we'll see, or probably start to dress that engine ready for the frame. Yeah, give us your thoughts, guys. What do you think's going on? Cheers, guys, we'll catch you all later. Bye bye.